It's here, the first humanoid robot housekeeper.
Thank you, Neo.
For $20,000, you can pre-order 1X's Neo robot now, with delivery in 2026.
I think you missed a tiny spot over here.
Just one little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling the robot strings.
Oh my God.
If I throw up, will the robot throw up?
A company representative may need to peer into your house via Neo's camera eyes to get things done.
To many people, this is crazy.
You have to be okay with this for the product to be useful.
But is Neo a useful product?
We're twinning now, Neo.
Home robots have had two big challenges: creating a safe and capable body and a smart brain. 1X is taking on both of those, which is why Neo looks so different from a more industrial factory robot.
Neo, it's 70 degrees here in California. Why are you wearing a sweater?
Good question. Bernd, why am I wearing a sweater?
It's a combination of safety and just also generally aesthetics. You can think of it kind of like a skin, except if it was an actual skin, that would probably be pretty creepy.
It would be creepy, but I actually wasn't all that creeped out by Neo.
Inside Neo, it really starts with some very, very powerful motors that we have developed here at 1X. These motors are so strong and light that instead of using the classical gears that you see in robots, we can actually pull on tendons, loosely inspired by biology and muscles. This allows Neo to move around not just quietly and smoothly, but also be very, very lightweight and be very low energy in motion, just like people.
That lightweight design is intended for our safety, in case the 66-pound robot falls. Although Neo is capable of lifting up to 150 pounds, it's not as superhuman as you'd think.
Crush it. It's a walnut.
There's this concept that we think that robots are like superhuman in like pressure and like.
Bro, this is literally like a significantly disabled slave. Who the fuck is like, this is goated, I need this in my house? Like, that's what this is. It blows my fucking mind. You gotta be a real ass freak for this, dude.
Strength. And some robots are, because they're heavily geared, but that means you're not sensitive, right?
And it's also not even AI. It's literally controlled by a dude in a low-cost labor site somewhere far, far away on the other side of the fucking planet.
Delicate. Neo doesn't work like this at all. It works more like us. So the finger strength of Neo is about the same as a human.
It's so crazy because like people will go, oh, well, what about the disabled? Like disabled people need something like this. No, they don't. They need at-home care. They need a real human being to do these jobs much better than this person. And the government should at least either subsidize that or pay for it with a decent wage. What the fuck are we doing?
That body lets Neo try to do a lot of things humans do. Emphasis on try.
Can I get a water?
If only the real world didn't have doors. All in, it took Neo a little over a minute to fetch a water from the fridge 10 feet away.
Thank you, Neo.
Next challenge.
Shut up, moron. Okay. You called it a person? HasanAbi caught in the web of lies?
Load 3 items in the dishwasher.
You got this, Neo. You got it.
And that took 5 minutes. The Neo I saw isn't the one shipping in 2026. The new model will be safer and have better hand dexterity. The one I saw still needed to take breaks to charge and cool down. The challenge isn't just Neo's body, it's also its brain. The body has to perform tasks safely, but the brain needs to know how to do them on its own, without human help. But right now, everything I saw Neo do was guided by a skilled pilot.
Teleoperation is essentially when there is a human in the loop.
And who is the voice I'm hearing right now of Neo?
Hi, I am a remote operator in a different room in the building.
And what's your name?
Turing.
What's your real name?
My real name is Turing.
Like that's your name on your birth certificate?
Yes, it is, believe it or not.
Alan Turing was, of course, the famous computer science and artificial intelligence pioneer. But this Turing, with a VR headset and controllers, was the one actually operating Neo.
I just got here. What the hell is happening? Fresh hells beyond, fresh new hell beyond human comprehension.
Until he handed me the controllers.
I actually might throw up. I think my hand is...
I have no idea where I'm facing. This is me doing the Macarena.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we're fine.
And Neo had to go to urgent care.
See you, Neo.
Why does Neo need to be operated like this in the first place? Because its brain, aka an AI neural network, needs to learn from more real-world experience. The videos of the robot doing things via teleoperation become the training data to make the AI model smarter. That's why 1X is putting Neo in the homes of early adopters.
I think it's quite important for me to just say that in 2026, if you buy this product, it is because you're okay with that social contract. We don't have your data, we can't make the product better. I'm a big fan of what I call like big brother, big sister principle, right? Big sister helps you.
This is literally a grift, okay? They are leaning in to people wanting a futurist utopia, wanting a taste of that. Because like the cost of this entire process is not even cheaper than hiring someone to do the work at a much better pace, right? So it's just a grift at this stage. And the reason why they get to maintain this grift is because they can always say, and this is the old Silicon Valley trick, this is a tech company. We're actually trying to be the next unicorn. You have to invest in us and you have to let us do all of this unethical shit because our job is to bring about AGI. Our job is to learn the patterns that this human operated robot is going to engage in your homes so that eventually an actual AI can do it. In reality, they're not actually advancing tech in any meaningful fashion. And instead, they're just leaning on people's ambitions. They're leaning on people's hopes and dreams that this will happen. Yeah, it's basically the Juicero conundrum over and over again. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, so many fucking tech reporters just eat the slop so hard. Like even in really solid, otherwise reliable legacy publishers and shit. I mean, this is the fucking Wall Street Journal. This is literally the Wall Street Journal. You got a Wall Street Journal tech reporter who's just sitting there being like, oh my God, how amazing. It's like, you're kind of doing an advertisement here. You're advertising a faulty product rather than at least having like the necessary skepticism or critical thinking that you must demonstrate in this moment so you can actually not do what a YouTuber would do. But the role reversal here is the fucking YouTuber is doing a better job addressing the shortcomings of this process than the fucking Wall Street Journal tech reporter is. How is this possible? I don't understand it. I don't understand how we got to a point where the Wall Street Journal tech reporter is like, oh, this is such a fantastic development. And the tech YouTube reviewer is like, this sucks.
The gap between what it's actually capable of today and what they're promising as they take your money today. Like, I think when people watch a video like this, they expect that this robot has some sort of built-in artificial intelligence that allows it to recognize objects and navigate around on its own and learn your house and be productive for those hours while you're gone. And that, I think, would be a reasonable thing to get out of watching that video because that's what it's designed to show. That's what you're supposed to feel. That's the dream. But that's not actually what's happening. So Joanna Stern, the legend, she did a video with this Neo robot also this week where the company showed her all the things that it could do. And turns out 100% of the things that they showed her were remotely controlled by a human in another room wearing a VR headset with controllers. That's not exaggerating. 100% of the stuff they showed her. The carrying things around, the loading up the dishwasher. Look at this thing. Yeah, all of this is teleoperated. And this was a demo set up by this 1X company. So this is like best case scenario stuff. And I see a lot of people defending this robot online like, oh, no, there's probably other things that it can do autonomously. They just didn't show her yet. Really? You don't think they would show her the best stuff that this could do autonomously to keep selling the dream? If you watch that keynote video back, to their credit, you'll notice that they actually are very careful to label exactly when the robot is doing something autonomously and not teleoperated. And in that whole nearly 10-minute video, there's exactly 2 scenes that have this label. There's the get the door command.
Get the door, please.
Where the robot walks over to the door because someone's coming up. It grabs the handle, waits for the guest, and then sort of pulls the door open and fumbles backwards a little bit, kind of like a toddler, to let them inside. And then there's the put away the dishes command.
Have you heard about Builder.ai is a fake software writing AI that was actually done by 700 people in India doing all the coding? Microsoft backed it, and it was a huge embarrassing flop law. I mean, it's not surprising to me at all. I think one of the worst parts about this conversation is like, you can't have a serious, sincere, critical convo about this stuff without people constantly saying, oh, you don't dare to dream. You just hate technology. Okay? I don't hate technology. I love technology. I use it all the time. My job wouldn't exist without technological developments. I am very understanding of technological improvements. But having said that, obviously this is fucking short-term snake oil. Is this actually advancing the project of AGI? No, it's not. It's just simply a short-term focus grift. They are just rug pulling. It's one rug pull after another. These sorts of life-changing, comprehensive initiatives, whether you want to admit it or not, can only come from long sustained research and development projects that dump a boatload, if not billions of dollars over the course of decades to fucking pull off. Okay? That's why the internet was invented by DARPA, not Al Gore in the way that people think, but DARPA. It's a DARPA project. It was the publicly funded government. So you want Elon to build it? Is Elon the government? Is that what you think I'm saying here? You'd be surprised a lot of these people do believe what they're selling. I think they've deluded themselves. Guys, stop saying yes. Elon is the exact opposite of what I'm talking about. Corso says, so I work in the fintech space, and a lot of the AI products I've tested failed to meet expectations. I think it's because of the social contract issue this guy mentions earlier. No one wants their data being used to train models for obvious reasons, but the models can't improve without it. There is 1,000% a bubble, and the US GDP only grew 0.1% last quarter. If you remove activity related to data center construction, it's not talked about enough. Well, it is talked about a lot here. At least back in the day, during the Cold War, we would try to meet our adversary in areas of improvement. The USSR beat the United States to space, okay? Many people don't even think about this. Many people don't want to comprehend it. Many people don't know it. The USSR put the first animal in space. The USSR put the first human in space. Yuri Gagarin shouts out, okay? And then America was like, oh, fuck, we have to beat the USSR. So that's how you got the Apollo mission. That's how you got people landing on the fucking moon, okay? Yeah, shouts out to Laika, shouts out to Yuri Gagarin. First woman in space was also the USSR as well, because they're fucking woke. Anyway, and through that scientific achievement, we got a bunch of technology that we take for granted every day, including microwaves and flame retardant gear that firefighters use and shit like that. Okay, a bunch of stuff. The point is that was only done because, and Velcro, yes, that was only done because we wanted to compete with the USSR, our foreign adversary. Nowadays, I think capitalism has been so erosive in the field of research and development and so hyper-focused on short-term benefits in our global financialized capitalist economy that even if we want to compete against China, who is carrying that torch right now, carrying the torch of the USSR right now in this very day and age, I don't think we are even capable of competing with them. Even if we tried, so many of the institutions and so much of our infrastructure has been eroded over time that we don't even have the capacity. We don't even have the state capacity to be able to compete with a country like China at this point.
Everything else happening in this video and everything else we've ever seen this Neo robot do, we can safely assume is remote controlled. So the gap between what this product can actually do today and what it can maybe hopefully do someday in the ideal future it is massive. They're massively far apart. And so that's really my main issue. There seems to be a bit of a lost art in waiting for a tech product to be actually finished.
What's really funny about this also, and this is true, the beta testing. Human beings are the beta testers of all the stuff, including stuff that I cannot even imagine. Like FSD, fully self-driving vehicles. You pay for the privilege to be a beta tester, and you fucking literally put your life on the line. And I know that for artificial intelligence or AGI to ever work, there is so much training that is necessary on real data. But the very fact that people are paying for it, and the very fact that it is insanely dangerous for the average person who did not sign up to be a pedestrian, a test dummy, against another person's paid beta test is crazy. Hasan AGI is here. Hasan, please trust me, it's here. Please give me some more money. Hasan, please, it's almost here. Just like a little more money and a little more tax breaks and a little more blood boys. Almost! In the next year, we're going to beat China by magically fucking developing AGI. I promise, bro. And it's so crazy because, like, it's kind of like people who just say, oh, capitalism will eventually create the perfect circumstances for R&D to develop that we can overcome the inevitable climate change born catastrophe, right? Oh, we'll just figure out a way to deal with all the carbon emissions one day in the future. And it's like, okay, well, that's not going to magically happen. You have to fund the research to do that, okay? And it's all systems go in the opposite direction for the time being. So just simply assuming that we will be able to fix this stuff in the future is crazy, especially when this requires virtually everyone. A problem that impacts virtually everyone, literally everyone, requires a comprehensive solution, and the highest likelihood of ever achieving that solution or ever finding that solution means everyone has to be working towards that goal.